Gamezone. Gamezone. Gamezone.
TV. This is a very exciting episode this week because we chat to Desmond Kurz from MWeb. We talk some news, we talk some gaming, we talk some community. Let's go.
This is the news on Gamezone TV.
If you fancy yourself fantastic at beat-em-ups, then maybe you should try your hand, first, at the real competition. The Cape Town Showdown 3, the third strike, happens in Cape Town, obviously, from the 27th to the 28th of April. If you want to take part, all you have to do is click on the link and check out the Facebook page. They're going to be playing games the likes of Tekken 6, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and King of Fighters. Have you got what it takes? It's the month of love, so if you don't have a girlfriend and you've played as some video game characters that were in a relationship and you want to dote over it, we've compiled a list of the top 5 video game relationships, couples, for your pleasure. Just click on the link in the description below. Just in case you thought that Activision couldn't do anything more with the Call of Duty series, fans have put together a concept trailer for Call of Duty Police Warfare. I'm extremely excited about this one because it looks like Rainbow Six with a little bit of vehicular combat. Check out the trailer.
Suspects are leaving the bank building. They continue to fire into police officers.
Breaking news. Rising the bank robberies on
One robber was shot and killed. Another is in the hospital.
Activision and Call of Duty are putting players in the boots of the Los Angeles Police SWAT Division. On the opposite side of the law, players will experience robbing banks as an armed gunman. Drawn from the best in online multiplayer from titles like Modern Warfare 3, Activision aims to put players in the center of a multiplayer war zone inspired by Hollywood films and real-life events.
Let's take a moment to meet some of the guys at MWeb that make gaming great.
Nuclear vessels. Excuse me. We are looking for nuclear vessels. Can you tell me where the naval base is in Alameda? We're looking for Hello, we are looking for the nuclear vessels.
I'm not a nuclear vessel. I am the nuclear vessel.
MWeb is by far the South African gamers ISP of choice, and for great reasons. If you don't know yet, we're actually going to chat to Desmond Kurz, head of the gaming division at MWeb, to explain to us why it is that way. Welcome to the show, Desmond.
Why about gamers does MWeb care so much?
First of all, thanks. It's a very auspicious occasion to be on number 20 of Gamezone TV, but the answer to why gamers are important to MWeb is a very simple one. There's a significant number of people who use their MWeb connection for gaming. And really it's about taking care of our customers.
Ron, I know you. He's going to make sure that your current projects are MWeb involved in swerving the gaming community.
I think the first one that we did that was important to us was to put up the Gamezone website. Because what we wanted to do is we wanted that to have as a hub for gamers to put the things that are happening in the South African gaming community. So that people can see that there's a lot of good stuff happening in South Africa, because there is. And I think the other important one is that we needed to start to grow the size of the online gaming population in South Africa, which is why we kind of started up the Gamers in Beta. Because on the one end, you want people who are nervous about playing online gaming, because it is kind of intimidating the first time you get on. Because if you go spend your first 5 minutes playing Call of Duty or Battlefield 3 and go into multiplayer and you end up dying 37 times in a minute, it's not a lot of fun. So the Gamers in Beta program we put together to actually show people how to play, so they have that level of confidence so they can stick into the multiplayer. And beyond that is also to so once they're comfortable to be able to play online multiplayer, maybe even start taking part in the competitive events. And I think that's also really important for us. There's obviously a bunch of guys that are already taking part in competitive gaming in South Africa already, and that's something that we really want to grow. Because with the competitive gaming, it allows us the opportunity for international people to see the quality of players that we're actually producing in South Africa. So we want to do as much as we can to get those guys who are in competitive gaming better. So we started the clan sponsorship package. So if you have 5 MWeb members or more, you can actually qualify to get your own gaming server. So then it's really nice that the clans have got their own server to practice on, and they can get better and better in the competitions that are hosted in South Africa and beyond that internationally. What's also quite important too is to be able to run competitions for those players so that they've got more opportunities to play competitively, because realistically we all know that practice makes perfect. So if you've got more opportunities to practice competitive gaming, the better and better they will become. So that's why we partnered up with the guys from Clan Connections, Nicholas Holden and Stuart. Really, really fantastic guys. We ran a really great competition for the first round of the Clan Challenge tournament this last weekend. And this coming weekend, you'll probably feature it in the news, but we're having the finals that we're going to be streaming on Gamezone. And there's going to be a lot more of those kind of competitions that we're also going to be running in the future.
What sets a MWeb ADSL account from other ISP offerings for gamers?
Easy answer. Gaming gets priority on the network, and we make damn sure it does. And I think the important part too is that people don't often realize that, you know, what is uncapped actually done for gamers in South Africa. It's huge. I mean, MWeb pretty much pioneered the whole uncapped story for South Africa. But if you take a little step back and say, what does that uncapped do? You know, previously when you had to go buy a game off the shelves, you bought the game, it looked impressive with the screenshots, you take it home, you play it, and it's a bunch of crap. Now, because you've got an uncapped account, you don't have to worry about your cap all the time. You can download the demo, you can try the game, and you can play it, and make sure that you're always spending your money on the games that you actually enjoy. And there's a whole bunch of other reasons. Uncapped also allows you to not have to worry about, because patches for games are getting crazy. I mean, Battlefield 3 patches over 1 gig. There's no point in having to worry about your cap all the time. If you want to be a really serious gamer, you're going to be getting uncapped.
But what does prioritization mean?
So essentially, if you're using your connection for gaming, it's pretty much the same as having an unshaped connection. Probably people understand the unshaped concept a lot better. So it's like having unshaped gaming.
Terrible accent.
What are future plans does MWeb have incoming for gamers thinking of choosing an ISP?
I think the important thing, we spoke about the competitive gaming, there's going to be a lot more of that stuff we're going to get involved in the next year. We're also very interested in partnering more with MSSA. For those of you that don't know, that's the sports federation in South Africa that looks after esport. They've done fantastic things in the name of gaming. Last year they sent 31 people across overseas to compete. We want our gamers to compete more internationally, because we want the people overseas to recognize that we've got good gamers. Because the better they recognize us in South Africa, the more concessions we'll start to get from the publishers. Because at the moment, they pretty much regard us as a backwater. So when we start to fight for console servers, it almost falls on deaf ears. If we have good competitive gamers, that will start to change, because they will start to notice us. Obviously, everything else that we'll start to do from a gaming perspective in the next year will be making sure that gaming traffic remains prioritized, and also that you've got the full suite to play. So if a new game comes out and it requires dedicated servers, we're going to make sure that we're going to deploy those dedicated servers. We'll extend the Gamers in Beta program to more games, so we'll get more people the opportunity to learn how to play online. And there's going to be a lot more interesting competitions and events coming up, which should be pretty exciting. Starting up with a Mass Effect 3 launch here in the M Cave on the 9th of March.
Now it's time for community stuff.
I know how much you hate Australians, and that's a good thing, because Team Battlefield SA are taking on Australia this weekend on Sunday in the Clan-Based Nations Cup. They've had 2 defeats, one against Belgium, one against Finland, so here's hoping and crossing our fingers that they actually get a win this time. Clan Connections will be hosting the final of the Xbox Modern Warfare 3 Clan Challenge this weekend. 4 clans are through to the semi-finals and will be battling for top place. The final will be streamed on the Gamezone site, so make sure you head over there on Sunday evening. Thank you for watching. Make sure you tune into the Gamezone site this Sunday to listen to Holden Zede and myself cast what is going to be a strong Modern Warfare 3 tournament and support South African esports. Catch you next week.